What's up everyone, it's KAGE. Welcome to today's video where I will be giving you my thoughts on Ragnarok Season 2. Please note that everything is in my opinion and this video will contain spoilers, and I will try my best to pronounce the names correctly. Season 2 picks up right where Season 1 leaves off. It focuses on the coming war between the gods and the giants. Magna starts recruiting others to help him fight and tries to make Mjolnir. Season 2 has all the characters from Season 1 with a few additions, like Harry becoming the god Tyr, Wotan becoming Odin, and Eamon becoming Freya. I like the cast of characters and I like how the new gods got their powers and how they reacted now with having powers, like Iman using her powers to get new clothes and change her grades at school. I also thought it was cool how Harry became Tyr, like after he got his powers he fought Fjord and lost his hand during the fight, which made him like Tyr because Tyr only had one hand. Magna seems to develop a new hobby of breaking and entering the U2 home. I think he broke into their house like 4 or 5 times during season 2. They also never locked their door either, even though they had a key. I mean, the front door was always unlocked, and Magna was just always walking in. I like to see that Laritz played a bigger role in season 2, especially with him being Vita's son, which makes him half giant. And when he injected himself with Odin's blood to make him like half god, half giant. I thought it was interesting how he gave birth to Jormungandr, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else he would do in season 3. There's lots of disconnect within the U2 family, with Fiora leaving his family for Gree. Ron is upset with Vita and is not happy that Laritz is part of the family now, and Saksa begins to run the business since Fiora left. However, I'm kind of worried that if this continues, then we won't see a war, but just a small fight instead. The only location that shows Ida, which is polluted by U2 Industries, it makes sense that everything takes place in Ida because of U2 Industries and the U2 family being the enemies. However, I think that the town needs to add some more places to eat. It only shows one burger joint that everybody goes to, and their friends from school are always eating there all the time. But it could just be a nitpick thing to me. On a side note, I would love to visit a city like Ida one day. There wasn't a whole lot of fighting in season 2. There were a few scraps thrown in there, which let us see some of the new gods in action. But I think season 3 may contain more fights, especially as they learn to use their powers more and as the tensions continue to rise. And not only with the added introduction of new gods, but other weapons like Mjolnir and creatures like Jormungandr. I'm going to give season 2 a rating of 7.4. I really like season 1, and it just picked up right where it left off. I really enjoyed Norse mythology. I really like the different spin on it, being on like how the gods are in like nowadays, and they're just kind of like a reincarnation of them. But I do feel that there were some things I wasn't a big fan of season 2, like when Magna gave up his powers, then tried to get them back. It just seemed like they kind of canceled out part of season 1 because season 1 was all about Magna getting his powers and learning what he could do, and then he just gave them up in season 2, but then one of them back. I mean, it's almost like they took like 3 steps forward and then 2 steps back. But you do have more character development with that. But I mean, I just wasn't a big fan personally. But there were some great moments in season 2, like when Magna finally had Mjolnir and threw it at the U2 car, completely destroying it and then calling it back. I think that was a great indication of what season 3 may bring, and that he's finally kind of stepping into his own as being Thor. There was also some really good development in this show, like when we learned that Vita is Laritz's real father, and Laritz is half giant, and then injects himself with Odin's blood to make him a god, and then we got to see his eyes with like one blue eye and one yellow eye, like showing that he's really half and half, and then releasing Jormungandr into the water. That we get to assume it's going to keep growing and getting bigger for the days to come, and that he also causes a lot of trouble in disconnecting the U2 family. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Let me know what you think of season 2 of Ragnarok, and I will talk to you all later.
Perfect.